Krishna Bhakti Rasa. Rasa means mellow. Do you understand? Try to understand my language. My language is some faulty language. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Krishna Bhakti, is mellow of Krishna Bhakti. And you have to test that mellow, is nectarian mellow. Do you understand? Tadrasamrutatruptasya nanyatrasya drati kochit. If someone is fortunate to taste this mellow, nectarian mellow emanating from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will never aspire for any other scripture. Such. Nigama kalpatar galitam phalam sukha mukhadamrita drava sanjutam pivata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuivavuka. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the most ripened, sweetest, nectarian, juicy fruit of Vedic tree. Vedic tree. So, nectarian, juicy fruit, sweetest, most ripened. Again, sukha mukhadamrita drava mukhagalitam. Sukha literally means parrot. Parrot touches that fruit which is very sweet. After it's being touched by parrot, it becomes much sweeter. So this Srimad Bhagavatam has come out from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami. You understand? So it has become much sweeter. So you invite those devotees, those who have developed taste for this sweet, juicy fruit, sweetest, most sweet, juicy fruit. We invite those devotees. Come again and again, moho, moments again and again. Come and taste. You understand? Such is. Jasyang Vaisriyamana Krishni Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadyate Punsa Soka Moho Bhayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can very easily develop Krishna Bhakti. Only by hearing. He may not do any other sadhana. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, he will develop very easily Krishna Bhakti. As a result of which, with development of Krishna Bhakti, Soka Moho Bhayapaha, all your material fears, delusions, and lamentations will be completely destroyed. You understand? Sarva-Vedanta Saram Srimad Bhagavatam Isyate, the essence of all Vedic literature. Mayavadi Bhasya Sunile Hoy Sarvanas, Jiver Nistal Lagi Sutra Koilo Vyas, Mayavadi Bhasya Sunile Hoy Sarvanas, Mahaprabhu says. This is the last contribution of Srila Vyasdev. This is, commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Srila Vyasdev compiled Vedanta Sutra and he gave commentary. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. But Mayavadis, impersonalists, they don't accept this original, natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. They accept Shankaracharya's imaginative commentary, that is Sarika Bhashya. Mayavadi Bhasya Sunle Hoy Sarvanas. Mahaprabhu gave this caution. Don't go to Mayavadis, don't listen to their Bhasya commentary. Your Bhakti Vritti will completely finished. You understand? Then, Jao Bhagavata Paro Vaishnava Ekanta Ashraya Karo Chaitanya Charane. Go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata. Bhakta Bhagavata. This Grantha Bhagavata, this Bhakta Bhagavata, is embodiment of Bhagavata. Vaishnava. Do you understand? Approach, go and approach such a Vaishnava, which is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and study Bhagavata and hear Bhagavata from him. Ekanta Ashraya Karo Chaitanya Charane. Completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You understand? That's your name, please? Barahari. Acha. So, Barahari Prabhu, Ekant Ashraya Karo Chaitanya Charane. Completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the necessity? What is the necessity of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Huh? Yes. Tell me. Huh?
Otherwise, we'd have no means of getting out of this material. We don't take shelter.
That's all right. But how it helps us to understand Bhagavata, that is my point. You understand? एकांत आश्रय करो चैतन्य श्रवण. जाओ भागवत पढ़ो वैष्णव स्थाने एकांत आश्रय करो चैतन्य श्रवण. You understand in Bengali, huh? It's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu says. Huh? Go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata to study Bhagavata. Listen Bhagavata, hear Bhagavata from him, and completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he gives. Huh? Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurav Tuisena. Srila Rupa Goswami for this pranam mantra under Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Huh? Mahavadanyaya, most munificent incarnation Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Prema Pradayate. Because he gives Krishna Prema. Nobody gives Krishna. Krishna himself doesn't give. Rakhe Luchaya. Do you understand? Krishna keeps it hidden. He never gives his prema. But when that Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gives freely. Patita pamara nahi vache brahmara durlabha prema savakari jate. Isn't it? Indiscriminately he gives. He never discriminates whether he is qualified or not qualified, eligible or not eligible. Never discriminates. Even on the part of Brahma, it's very difficult to get that Krishna free. It's Dullabha, Brahma or Dullabha. But freely gives. Do you understand? Do you understand, Bharahari Prabhu? Such is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, most munificent incarnation. Adhuta Karunya, Adhuta Vadanya, Adhuta Audarja. Still Kaviraj Goswami used this word Adhuta, wonderful, wonderfully, 3 times. Huh? Adhuta Karunya, Adhuta Vadanya, Adhuta Audarja. Is wonderfully merciful, wonderfully munificent, wonderfully magnanimous. Is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? He is really Prem Bhakti. And that will help you to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you understand, Bharahari Prabhu? Therefore we say, Ekantasra Karo Chaitanya Sarane. Take complete shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya. Without that Prem Bhakti, you cannot understand. You cannot touch Srimad Bhagavatam. Cannot touch it. Do you understand? Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grajyam na buddhya na chatikaya. Only through bhakti you can understand Bhagavata. You cannot understand Bhagavata by dint of your material scholarship, knowledge, merit, intelligence, or taking help of commentaries written by Sridhar Swami, Baladev Vidyabhushan, or Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Many commentators are there. Those given commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. By taking help of those commentaries also you cannot understand. Do you understand, Bharahari Prabhu? Only bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam. Only by bhakti you can understand. How can you understand Krishna? Huh? Only by bhakti. Krishna says, bhaktyaham ekaraya grajyo, bhaktyamang ananaya labhyo. Isn't it? Huh? Only by bhakti, unalloyed devotion, you can understand Krishna, approach Krishna. Similarly, only by bhakti, you can approach Srimad Bhagavatam. Understand why? Because Krishna tulyo bhagavato vibhu sarvasrayo Krishna prati shloke prati akhyare nana artha koyo prati shloke prati akhyare nana artha koyo. Because Krishna tulya Bhagavata. Srimad Bhagavatam is as good as Krishna. Do you understand? Vibhu sarvasraya. As Krishna is Vibhu, Supreme Lord, similarly Bhagavatam is also Supreme Lord. None different from Krishna. Do you understand? Bharahari Prabhu. Is not different from Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna Tulya. That's good as Krishna. As Krishna is Vibhu, Bhagavatam is Vibhu, Supreme Lord. As we take shelter of Krishna, take shelter of Bhagavad. Prati shloke, prati okhyore, nana arthava. In every verse, in every word, in every letter, you'll find many, many meanings are there. Such is Srimad Bhagavatam. You understand? Such is Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad jena mane se javana sama. Tar shastra se janme janme prabhu jama. One who doesn't accept Bhagavatam, he is mletso and javan. He will be punished by Jamaraj life after life. You understand? Such is the glory Srimad Bhagavatam. Our time is very short. Let us come to the topic. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 8, text 29. Na Veda kaschet bhagavan sikisitam tabe homanasya nrinam vidambanam na jasya kaschet daitosti karichet dvesyascha jasmin visamamatir nrinam na veda kaschet bhagavan sikisitam tabe homanasya nrinam vidambanam na jasya kaschet daitosmi karischit dvesyascha jasmin visamamatir nrinam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord's mercy upon the fallen souls is equally distributed. He has no one as the specific object of hostility. The very conception of the personality of Godhead as a human being is misleading. His pastimes appear to be exactly like a human being's, but actually they are transcendental and without any tinge of material contamination. He is undoubtedly known as partial to his pure devotees, but in fact is never partial, as much as the sun is never partial to anyone. But utilizing the sun's rays, sometimes even the stones become valuable, whereas a blind man cannot see the sun, although there are enough sun rays before him. Darkness and light are two opposite conceptions. But this doesn't mean that the sun is partial in distributing its rays. The sun rays are open to everyone, but the capacities of the receptacles differ. Foolish people think that devotional service is flattering the Lord to get special mercy. Factually, the pure devotees who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord are not a mercantile community. A mercantile house a mercantile house renders service to someone in exchange of values. The pure devotee doesn't render service unto the Lord for such exchange, and therefore the full mercy of the Lord is open for him. Suffering and needy men, inquisitive persons, or philosophers make temporary connections with the Lord to serve a particular purpose. When the purpose is served, there is no more relations with the Lord. A suffering man, if he is pious at all, prays to the Lord for his recovery. But as soon as the recovery is over, in most cases the suffering man no longer cares to keep any connection with the Lord. The mercy of the Lord is open for him, but he is reluctant to receive it. That is the difference between a pure devotee and a mixed devotee. Those who are completely against the service of the Lord are considered to be in abject darkness. Those who ask for the Lord's favor only at the time of necessity are partial recipients of the mercy of the Lord. And those who are 100% engaged in the service of the Lord are full recipients of the mercy of the Lord. Such partiality in receiving the Lord's mercy is relative to the recipient and it is not due to the partiality of the all-merciful Lord. When the Lord descends on this material world by his all-merciful energy, he plays like a human being. And therefore it appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees only. But that is not a fact. Despite such apparent manifestation of partiality, his mercy is equally distributed. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all persons who died in the fight before the presence of the Lord got salvation without the necessary qualifications, because death before the presence of the Lord purifies the passing soul from the effects of all sins. And therefore the dying man gets a place somewhere in the transcendental abode. Somehow or other, if someone puts himself open in the sun rays, he is sure to get the requisite benefit both by the heat and ultraviolet rays. Therefore, the conclusion is that the Lord is never partial. It is wrong for the people in general to think of him as partial. Samang sarvabhuteshu name dasyasti na priya. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said that thing. Samang sarvabhuteshu. The same thing is said here in Bhagavatam. Samang sarvabhuteshu name dasyasti na priya. Je bhajanti tumang bhaktya the mai tesu chapyaham. Isn't it? Krishna says, I am equal to everybody. Samang sarva, all living entities. Isn't it, Barari Prabhu? This is Bhagavad Gita. I am equal to all living entities. Name dasyasti na priya. That is right. There is nobody, you have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. The same thing. Name dasyasti na priya. There is nobody which is very favorable to me, and there is nobody which is envious to me. That's, I am equal to all living entities. Je bhajanti tuma bhaktya, the mai tesu chapyaham. But those who do my bhajan with bhakti, in other words, render loving services unto me, you understand? Tesu chapyaham, te mai, they are in me, I am in them. You understand? This doesn't mean this Krishna is partial. The same thing is said here. Kunti Devi offers such prayer. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes that appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. They cannot understand. Isn't it, Barahari Prabhu? Have you seen Krishna? Seen him? Not seen. Not seen?
If I see Krishna, then why are you here?
You might have seen Krishna's deity form, you see, isn't it? Nama rupa vigraho tino chidanandamayo tine bhedona. Either in difference, name of the Lord, the vigraha, deity form of the Lord, the deity installed by Vaishnava sadhu, pure devotee, and his original form, they are indifference. No difference at all. Tino chidanandamaya. These three are transcendental, is not material. Isn't it? Pratiman ho tume sakhyat Brajendra Nandana. Isn't it? Are you idle? Are you idle? The date is installed. In the temple, Vaishnava has installed Prana Pratishta, has done Prana Pratishta. Jivanyasa korile Srimurti Pujya hoy. Isn't it? Therefore we do Prana Pratishta, installation of deities. Then he is to be worshipped. Deity maker makes deities and has put it in his showcase, showroom. Isn't it? We go to his showroom and showcase, see so many deities he has made. Shall we pay obeisances there? No. Vaishnava takes that deity and does Prana Pratishta, that installs. He in a box. Bhakti-cha upatarupayo paramatmane naman nama. By the will, by the prayer of his dear devotee, the Lord descends and manifests himself in that deity. Isn't it? Bhakta praise, devotee praise. Please come down and manifest yourself in these deities and cast your merciful look on us, O Lord. Do you understand? It's Bhakta's prayer. Devotee is so dear to him. Huh? Aham bhakto paradhina sutantra ivadija sadhu vigrasta hridaya bhaktir bhaktadana priya. Huh? Though is supremely independent, supremely free, isn't it? Krishna. Huh? Aham bhakto paradhina. But I am dependent on my dear devotee. Though he is supremely independent, he is omnipotent, all-powerful, isn't it? Huh? But in the temple, you see, he's depending on his devotee. Oh, my devotee will come, wake me up, as if he cannot wake himself. Do you understand, Bharahari Prabhu? My devotee will come, wake me up, brush my teeth, bathe me, dress me, feed me. Just waiting. As if he cannot do. Huh? Isn't it? Am bhakto paradhina. Aswatantra ivadija. Sadhu virgrasta hrudayar. Bhaktir bhakta janapriya. He says this to Durvasa Muni. Though I am supremely independent, supremely free, still I am dependent on my devotee. I have no independence there. Do you understand? I have no independence there. Am bhakto paradhina swatantra ivadija sadhu. That sadhu, that bhakta has occupied my heart. Grasta hrudaya. My heart doesn't belong to me. Do you understand? That devotee has occupied, bhakta has occupied my heart. Sadhu grasta hrudaya, bhakta bhakta janapriya. His bhakta vasalya is so dear to his devotee. Do you understand? Sada muktosi badhasmi bhaktena sneharajjubhi. He has said that. Though I am supremely free, still I am bound up. I am in bondage. Krishna is in bondage. You are bound up by Maya. You are in bondage of Maya. Is Krishna is in bondage? Is supremely free, independent. How is it? Sada muktopi badhasmi bhaktena sneharajjubhi. Though I am supremely free, till I am bound up by the rope of love of my bhakta in his heart. Bhakta ama bandhiyache hrudayo bhit, preme bandhiyache hrudayo bhitare. Jahan netra pade, tahan dekhoy amare. Isn't it? Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhakta ama preme bandhiyache hrudayo bhitare. That dear devotee has bound me up in his heart with the rope of love. Wherever he looks, he only sees me. You understand? Tasyahu na pranasyami, sachame na pranasyami. Pranasyati. He is not out of my sight. I am not out of his sight. He sees me, I see. Such is bhakta and bhakti. You understand? It's very dear to his bhakta, bhakti. Do you understand? That's said. People only imagine that you are partial. Je bhajanti tuma bhaktya, te mai tesu sapyam. Those who do my bhajan with such pure love, you understand? They are in me, I am in them. This is not his partiality. But this is very difficult to understand. Samang sarvabhutesu no me dasyasti na priya. He says, here also Kunti Devi says the same thing here. But it's very difficult to understand, isn't it? So that was my question. You might have seen his form, deity form, isn't it? Huh? If you can develop such pure devotion, Sudha Bhakti, develop this Prem Bhakti, and you can have such vision, wherever you look, you can see, you can bind him in your heart. You understand? Huh? You can see him. Premanjana surita bhakti vilocanaina santa sadaiva hrudeyesu vilokayanti jasyama sundaram achintya guna surupam govindam adi purusam tamam vadami. Isn't it? Brahma Samhita. Huh? Who sees? What sort of vision is required to see that all beautiful Krishna? All beautiful Krishna, all attractive Krishna. Kandharpa koti kamaniya vishesa sobam. Whose beauty far excels that of the crores of Cupids. Huh? Isn't it? Cupid is very beautiful here, Kandharpa, Cupid, who attracts everybody here, huh? In this material world. But Krishna's beauty far excels crores of Cupids. The beauty of crores of Cupids. Kandharpa koti kamaniya vijesa sobam. Syama trivanga lalitam. Huh? It's Syama Sundara. All attractive. You understand? You can see. If you can develop such pure bhakti, Sudha Bhakti, Prem Bhakti, you'll possess such vision, Premanjana Surita Bhakti Vilochana. That Premanjana ointment of love will be smeared over your eyes. Then you can see. Wherever you look, you can see. You'll be able to bind him in your heart with the rope of love. Isn't it? That's a fact. Still, you can come to the temple and see his all beautiful form, deity form. Pratiman Huntume Sakhyat Vrajendranandana. Huh? That story you might have known. Sakhi Gopal story. Isn't it? The two Brahmins went out for pilgrimage. At last they came to Vrindavan, to Gopal temple. The old Brahmin, they had promised that I'll give my daughter in marriage to you, to the young Brahmin. Do you understand? But the young Brahmin said, you are staying here, but as soon as you go back to a village, you can't keep up your words. Do you understand? Your son, your wife, your friends will protest. Do you understand? Will create disturbances. Because I am not a worthy person to have your daughter. My daughter I will give. Who will create any hindrance to it? All right. Make Gopal as witness. Speak before him, he is witness. If necessary, he'll go and give witness. Otherwise, people won't accept it. He knows this. So, he made Gopal witness. And same thing happened. When they went back, there was protest. Then people say, all right, is there any witness? He has said, oh yes, Gopal is witness. Vrindavan, Gopal deity. People cannot ask, a deity will come and give witness. Nonsense. Can deity move? Can deity speak? Idol? Stone idol? Is stone idol? Idol made of stone. Can it move? Can it speak? Nonsense. They couldn't believe. But Bhakta believes. Isn't it? A devotee believes. Devotee never sees mere idol. Pratiman Huntume Sakhyat Vrajendranandana. You are not mere idol. You are directly son of Nanda Maharaj. Isn't it? This devotee's eye. Devotee's vision. Not ordinary vision. Bhakti Chakyu Premanjana Surita. Bhakti Vilochana. All right, call your witness. Then we'll accept. If he comes, give witness, he'll accept. So that Brahmin went back to that Vrindavan, to that Gopal Mandir, said, oh, we have made you witness. Now you have to go and give witness. Chalo Baba, chalo. come out and go to that Varaha Nagar there. South India, you have to go there and give witness. Then deity speaks. Have you seen deity has ever gone somewhere? Deity speaks. Huh? Then that devotee Brahmin says, when you are speaking, why don't you go? You see, you are speaking. Huh? Pratiman hutume sakshat Brajendra Nandana. You are not mere idol. You are directly son of Nanda Maharaj. Huh? When you are speaking, why don't you go? You have to go. Am bhakto paradino. What bhakta says, he does. He's so dear to his devotees. Do you understand? Then he said, all right, I'll go. Do you understand? So he's a mere idol. Huh? Barahari Prabhu. He's not mere idol. He's Sakyat Brajendra Nandan. He's directly son of Nanda Maharaj. He speaks and he moves also. Everything he does for the bhakta, for the devotee, isn't it? So you might have seen him. Deity form. How does it look? How does he look? Tell me. Looks nice. You see crooked person, very crooked person. 3 places crooked, not straight person at all. Syama Tribhanga Lalitam. Syama Tribhanga Lalitam. 3 means 3. 3 places curved, isn't it? One curve here, one curve here, one curve here. Huh? Not a straight person at all, such a crooked person. Krishna is such a crooked person. Huh? Not straight at all. Isn't it? Barahari Prabhu. Not crooked. It's very difficult to understand such a crooked person. He's not straight at all. But when he came as Mahaprabhu, he is very straight. No crookedness. Do you understand, Barahari Prabhu? Huh? When he came as Mahaprabhu, very straight. Very straight. No crookedness. But as Krishna, crooked, very crooked person. Very difficult to understand him. So it is said. Oh Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes which appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial, but you are not partial. Very difficult to understand. Nahum prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samabruta mudhayam nabhijanati. Isn't it? Mudhaya rascal cannot understand me. I never manifest myself everywhere or before everybody. Huh? Nahum prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samabruto. I am covered up with my yogamaya potency. Mudhayam nabhijanati. And a rascal cannot understand me. You understand? He is covered up with yogamaya potency. You understand? He is never manifested before everybody and everywhere. Though he is everywhere. You understand? It's very difficult to understand all this thing. Krishna always tries to keep him hidden. You understand? Lukaite rakhe. Huh? Isn't it? Krishna lukaite rakhe. Is covered up with his yogamaya potency, yogamaya samaprita. But he cannot keep himself hidden before the eyes of his pure devotee. You understand? He cannot keep himself hidden before the eyes of his pure devotee. Huh? His pure devotee sees him. Huh? As for example, you see, Prahlad Maharaj sees him in the stone pillar, whereas his demoniac father Hiranyakashipu couldn't see. How is it? Huh? Prahlad Maharaj saw in the stone pillar, but his demoniac father was conquered 3 Tripuras. Couldn't see. You see? This is what. So it is not very easy thing to understand that Krishna. You understand? Only Bhaktyang ekayagrajya. Only a bhakta can understand. Nobody can understand. Do you understand? Only a bhakta can understand. Bhakta means pure devotee, not mixed devotee. Here, Prabhupada Maharaj speaking about mixed devotees. On the time of need, they call, they pray. Do you understand? So when that need is fulfilled, then never, there is no connection. They are mixed devotees. Their devotion is mixed, but unmixed. Unmixed devotion, pure devotion. Anna vidasta sunyam jnana karma adhyana brutam anukullina krishnan siranam bhakti uttama. Rupa Goswami says, what is uttama bhakti? It's time. Oh, shall I continue? Few minutes. Little. All right. Anna vidasta sunyam jnana karma adhyana brutam. There is short time. Anna vidata sunyam jnana karma adhyana amritam anukullena krishnanusranam bhakti uttama. That is the uttama bhakti, pure devotion, who has no desire for bhukti or mukti. No desire for material enjoyment, no desire for liberation. Anukullena krishnanusranam, only to render loving service unto Krishna for his pleasure, favorably. Do you understand? Not the desire. Only he can see. Here it is said, yes, a mercantile house, factually the pure devotees who are engaged in transcendental loving service, the Lord are not a mercantile community. A mercantile house renders services unto someone in exchange of values. There is no question of taking and giving and taking. Business with Krishna. Do you understand? No. Only to render service for his pleasure, not expect, not beg, not ask for anything in return. Do you understand? Then you will become a mercantile person. Na sabhritya savai banik, na sabhritya. Prahlad Maharaj has said that thing. Nanyatha te akhila guru ghate ta karuna atmana nasta shishyastaste na sabhritya savai banik. Isn't it? Prahlad Maharaj said. Na sabhritya savai banik. He is not a servant. He is a mercantile person, a merchant. He gives you something and wants something in return from you. Do you understand? He renders some service unto you and in return wants something from you. It's taking, giving and taking business. That is mercantile. He is not a servant. That is true servant, one who only renders loving service unto him. He never asks for anything. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitamba jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanisware bhavatad bhakti rahetu gitve. Mahapurush, I don't ask for dhana, wealth, jana, material follower, even beautiful women to enjoy, nor I have any desire for liberation. Life after life only I render. Yes, loving service unto you and please you. Don't want anything from you. That is beautiful. He sees how impartial is Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna is partial. Thank you. Very short time. I had enough to say.